Hello, everybody. This is Catholic Dad, episode number 264. Truth without charity is still truth. So, why am I saying this to you? Well, anyway, today in the world, it appears as if there's a huge divide between people of different political persuasions or religious persuasions. Us in the Catholic Church, we have the traditionalists and the progressives, and it seems like nobody can actually have an opinion without somebody else getting offended. And this is kind of a problem. It's actually a great offense to civil discourse and a great offense to diplomacy. And so when I say truth without charity is still truth, I think everybody who's listening to somebody else's position needs to separate themselves emotionally from their position. And they actually need to listen to the other position because whether or not they say it with charity or without charity, they still may be speaking the truth. And actually, that's the most important part. And actually, so here's the deal. We as humans have something called a natural reaction or neuroticism. It's actually one of the big five personality traits. Some people have higher natural reaction than others. Some people have higher neuroticism than others. And what is neuroticism? Neuroticism, or natural reaction, if you have a high level of it, you have a high threat response, meaning that when people say things, you find them as threatening if you disagree with them. And typically, by the way, boys and girls have similar natural reactions, typical neuroticism levels until puberty. And then once you hit puberty, then women have a higher natural reaction or neuroticism level than men do. Men tend to have lower natural reaction, women tend to have higher natural reaction. So anyway, it's something to be cognizant of because as you're saying something, let's say you're somebody with a very low natural reaction. That happens to be me. I think I score 0 or no, actually I score 1 on the neuroticism level out of 100. Like nothing offends me. It doesn't even matter what you say. It doesn't matter if you call me ugly, stupid, dumb, whatever else. It doesn't bother me at all. Not one little bit. But other people, you could actually just say, the sky's blue, and it could actually drive them insane because they think it's blue-gray, or they think it's more greenish-blue, or something like that, and they take offense at it. And so, when you're having a civil discourse with one another, those with very low natural reaction, such as myself, need to realize the rest of the world doesn't have low natural reaction. They tend to be much higher than me, and therefore, when I say things, I can't just unabashedly say it how I would want to hear it, because if I do that, I'm probably going to offend 90% of the people that hear the message. Now, is that good for diplomacy? No. And so, granted, I do need to think out loud and I do need to state my positions, but if I realize I'm offending too many people, the problem may be in the message or the delivery of the message and how much charity I prescribe when I use it. Now, those with high natural reaction, the other end of the spectrum, anybody above the level of, say, 70 or something like that out of the 100 scale, if you take offense at somebody like me, constantly, you may be the problem. You may actually be looking for a fight. It would appear that no matter what somebody says, sometimes they say it wrong all the time, and therefore, those who are listening to the truth or listening to diplomacy sometimes have to apply charity to what other people say. So therefore, the low natural reaction people, in summary, need to apply charity in what they're saying. The high natural reaction people need to apply charity in what they are hearing. And if you can meet common ground with that, then hopefully we can have more civil discourse and more civility in the world. This is particularly true in marriage, because if men have lower natural reaction and women tend to have higher natural reaction, granted that's not all men and it's not all women, then you could see where the conflict would come, that men say things with low natural reaction that are completely offensive to somebody with high natural reaction, and therefore that can create problems in a marriage. So that's just something to think about. If you want diplomatic relationships with some friends and you tend to be of a lower natural reaction, realize you are probably, by your very existence, offensive to other people with your own ideas, even if they are truth. So try to say them with charity. And those of you out there with higher natural reaction, you are probably more offended than most people, and then therefore you need to listen with charity and then actually apply charity to those people who are trying to share ideas with you. And if we do this perfectly, what did Thomas Aquinas say? Pure virtue is the absence of emotion, that we can be purely virtuous without getting angry or upset or mad at each other, and we can actually truth seek if we can see through the uncharitable causes of whatever motivates us. And so this is Catholic Dad making you think about it. Please like or subscribe, get the Mass, and pray the Daily Rosary. God bless you all.